crafty friends, I'm Tina, the creative guru with Gems, Paper, Scissors, and today we are going to finish up these Peaceful Days Scrapbooking Workshop Kit, layout number 1. Yesterday I shared the left-hand side, and today we're going to complete the right-hand side. So here is the completed left-hand side. Has a little bit of shimmer from the Wink of Stella. I did already do my fleck onto today's base. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and turn to the instructions. It says use the inclusive cloud cover crosshatched paper for our base. And then we're going to attach the Misty Moonlight pre-cut circles. So that is these, and it's going to be large, smaller, and smaller. Okay, so that's how we're going to distribute it. I am going to grab and use my trusty Stampin' Seal Plus adhesive. As you know, as a scrapbooker, we tend to lean towards the tape runners more so than liquid adhesives. Part of that is we find that it goes more where we want it and dries immediately. So we spend less time trying to wait for it to dry. And also, I find that when it does dry, it tends to last better, kind of making almost a sideways mouse head. I'm doing a little bit of tucking overhand, and as per typical with lives, you cannot control your environment, so hang on a second while I answer my granddaughter. Yes, dear.
Are you making Mickey now?
I am not. I'm making a scrapbook layout. Can you watch with your eyes and not your ears, not your mouth?
Well, it does look like you're making
Well, you'll see. So now it says to adhere LMN, and as the image down here shows, that is our little stripies. So I tend to eyeball it. I am not a big measurer, and even my cuts are not exactly per se the true measurements stated on the cutting pattern. I'm going to start with the bottom one, which goes a little bit further to the right, and build up, because it is more important for me to line up where it cojoins with the circles than much else. Okay, that one might be a little too long, but I think it'll be okay. I can always lift it up before it finishes curing and trim it down further if I so choose. Okay, so this will finish off. Oh, no, that looks actually pretty good. I think this one's supposed to be shorter and do a dip in, but honestly, I really like that. It's going to help pull the eyes the way I want it. So now it says to adhere O, P, Q, and R. So that is kind of a lot of pieces, but it isn't. So again, I'm going to start this particular one more in the middle and hope for the best. So that's going to be a little bit higher to the top. Then I could have optionally added some embossing using the Peaceful Greenery but I chose not to. I feel that this has enough visual and physical texture that I'm really actually quite happy without having embossed this. So now this other piece lines up. And yes, I could have connected that, but I'm going to cover it up, so it's fine. Then here we go. This one is more lined up with the upper middle, just like so. And again, it's a little gappy, but I'm going to cover that up with a photo mat, so it'll be totally fine. Now it says to do S, T, and U, which is the final little 3 stripies. And they'll go down like so. And again, I'm lining these up based off of where I want them to land in conjunction with the circles, more so than anything else. And this particular batch of 1/2 inch wide strips is really a great way to add dimension visually in a very fast, easy way. Okay. And as you can tell, because I've got all of my pieces pre-cut and punched out and ready to rock and roll, this is going to go together pretty fast comparatively. There we go. I think I'm going to actually offset this. I'm going to bring this so it extends a little further on this side and a little less. So kind of the opposite, we're walking it in, right? Okay, now it says to adhere prepared V, W, and X. And that is our mats. Because I do not have my photos yet, I am making this ahead of time. I used my Tombow liquid glue and did a little squiggle on the back of these so that I can pre-adhere it. But when I'm done and ready to put photos on, I could either cut my photos down a little bit small to have a double mat effect, or I can lift this off and use it again to mark for another project. And again, I am just going to eyeball where these are going to go. Okay. Next one's a 3x3. And it goes, it's going to overhang a little, like so. And then finally, I also did the removable for my journaling card. I really prefer being cautious on my journaling because I have spelling, grammar challenges, and I also want my spacing to look good. So I wanted to be able to remove this until such time that I am ready to actually do my journaling. So I can lift that up when I'm ready. Now it's just embellishing with the pre-cuts and the stickers that come with the kit. The pre-cuts are easy to punch out, and the stickers just peel and stick. So we're going to start up here. This has a little heart right there, and that's a sticker. So grab that and place it right about there. And again, all of these are marked, so I could measure this out or have it on a graph sheet. That's just not the way I tend to do this. Okay, so now we're going to move over to this little bundle of embellishments, ephemera, etc. Okay, so these two leaves are stickers, and this is a die cut. So I've got the die cut. I'm going to put that down first, and I'm going to aim it down to here. And most would use their little liquid glue, but I am using my tape runner still. I'm really game for that. It's totally what I'm feeling today, and so that's what I'm going to do. So just like that. Then there's a heart sticker down here, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to do these two leaves first. And one is a 3-leaf. And this little swatch goes over the photo, and I don't want it to slow down my being able to do that. So I took some of my anti-static pouch powder and placed that down like so. And now you can see I can still lift my photo in and out until it's fully placed. Okay, so that's how I can have everything attached without being at risk of not working. Okay, the other side is larger, but I still wanted to curve towards the photo. And you see these two leaves right here are also over the photo. So I have my anti-static pouch powder in a foundation powder dispenser. I just like it better. It's how I like it. So why not? Now we're going to cover up this joining with a pretty little flower. And between these two flowers, it's the great big huge one. So we're going to use that. And this is where I'm going to go ahead and grab a dimensional to give it a little lift. Just like so. And I put it down so that this part of the flower can overhang my photo and not get jammed up. Okay, so just like that. And because this looks a little flat in the previous layout, I went on ahead and used some of my Charming Shimmer faceted dots. They are the same color. They look gorgeous. So I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool and grab one of these off, set it where I want it, and lift my tool off. I just feel that it's going to add a little bit extra to my project. Now I'm going to place that heart right there. And it is the last heart from the sticker sheet. We don't always use all of the stickers. In fact, we probably won't by the time this project is all the way done. So we'll see what scraps we have left and what that will encourage me to create later. So now it has this beautiful flying bird, and it overlaps just a little. So I'm going to use dimensionals again because I want it to stay put. And since none of my feathered wings overlap my photo, just the head, I get to put that all over the place to secure it nicely. Okay, and I probably put more adhesive than others, but I want this to last a lifetime. I want to be able to pass this on to my children and grandchildren. Then the final little swag cluster takes another 3 peace leaf. And just like so. And in the picture, it has it higher up, but I want to be able to lift that sentiment out. Then the last little flower. And I put the dimensional down behind the center of the flower so that I can know where it's at and know that I can get my photo, my sentiment in and out with ease. The final little touch to complete this layout, beyond adding the journaling and photos, is that final little embellishment. And again, I'm going to run with a larger because this looks like it has a pretty large center. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed today. As you can see, joining them together, although the backgrounds are slightly different. Let's see if I can raise this up. They are slightly different, but they flow so well together, and it will make a gorgeous addition to my winter scrapbook. Thank you for joining me today. I hope I inspired you and gave you confidence to get your creative hat on. Until next time, keep your crafty happiness going and find your joy.